One day I'm gonna be everything I wanna be. I don't let it get the most of me. One day I'm gonna be free. I wanna be everything I'm gonna be. My future right in front of me. One day I'm gonna be free. I wanna be free. To let me be free.
From the depths of darkness, a voice emerges. A host with a fire burning in his soul. With a heart steel and a spirit unbroken. He rides onto wheels ready to claim his throne. Amidst the chaos and the thunderous roar. Insane wheels rise as a force to be reckoned with. Fueled by the power that only metal can bestow. He takes his stand, refusing to submit. Insane wheels hear his battle cry. Metal and mayhem will never die. Whistles report and paves his way. More legend in the making, day by day.
Well. It almost feels like a weird Monday, you know what I mean? But happy Topless Taco Tuesday to everyone, man. Good to see all you freaking legends up in here. And I got a lag. I hate this lag. Let me go ahead and see if I can reset it. I hate that. All right, we're good. Much love, honor, respect, everybody. Hopefully everyone enjoyed their Memorial weekend, their long weekend, and was safe out there and didn't blow yourself up or anything like that, you know, because someone here is known for doing shit like that. But hey, we got a lot to discuss this morning. We got a few Trump updates regards to Russia, Ukraine, specifically with Putin. And then we have a Liverpool parade attack. We have two updates on this, the breaking news about it and the update on it. And then, of course, we do have some Israel-Hamas updates as well. So we're going to be getting into all of it this morning. I have everything ready to go. We even have Pete Hegseth organizing a sit-down, I believe, in the defense of the United States and Trump as well. So I believe that we're going to be going into quite a bit of interesting topics over here. We got some different breaking news, like buses running into buildings and shit like that. So stick around for all of it, but make sure you guys hit that like button on the way in. It helps out the show immensely, and it's free to do so, by the way. And if you guys aren't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. It's also free. Just saying. Please consider becoming a member, starting only at $2.99 a month. We're making sure we're not breaking the bank out there with anybody, but guess what? This is how we get to speak the way that we do, because we're not funded by any of these we're not funded by views. We're not funded by organizations. We're funded by 100% by you guys, and allows us not to ever cater to views. So I very much appreciate every one of you guys in the Breakfast Club. Absolutely. Little side note, follow my Instagram right here at BallValveTV, where I post everything behind the scenes of not only my lifestyle, but of the show, as well as millennial food time. Yes, not Millennial Falcon. All right. I'm thinking two different things over here. Also hit the Discord up. Make sure you guys hit the Discord. We have the link in the not only in the description of each video as well for all the links and stuff, but Naomi also puts in the chat. So make sure you guys check that out. Last but not least, of course, every single donation, super chat, super sticker, gifted membership signups, all of these things, of course, are going to be shouted out onto the platform. But if you guys would like to skip that YouTube 30% brutal cut, we have these platforms scrolling at the bottom of the show, man. And of course, I'll read out your message and all of that. And this is a great way to have 100% of your money going to your favorite creator. Shit. Feels ultra good. So, good morning to everybody. Hopefully everyone's enjoying themselves. I see everyone out here. We got Brother Steve Easy. We got Brother SNS. We got Naomi up in the building. Shout out to everyone, man. Carney's Ride. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. We got Lappy, my man. Good morning. Good morning. Let's see. We got Brother Frank. I did see you. And by the way, I am ahead of you already. I was ahead of you. I was already getting down with my bad self. You know what I mean? When I wake up, you got to roll a couple. You know what I mean? Left-handed tobacco. The more members, the more emotes we get. That's very true, by the way. That is true. The more members we get, we do unlock more slots to have more emotes. So that's very true. We got Tiffany as well saying good morning. Hope everyone is having a great Tuesday. It's Topless Taco Tuesday. Don't forget about that, Tiffany. And yes, don't burn your eyebrows off this year. True. I always tried to protect them. They're very flammable eyebrows, Mike, did your inner nerd come out, homie? It always does. It always does. I don't know what to say about it, dude. It is what it is. We just accept the things we cannot change. That's just the way it goes. I touched the like button, but it told me do not do that again. I'll call the police. Do that again. I'll call the police. I see. Why? We got the cat running around. She's running around. She might be under the couch though. Anytime that I start up the live, she kind of like goes into her own area. She doesn't, only at evening times, like you'll see it where she likes to come up here and hang out. That's why my freaking chair's all destroyed because of her. She freaking claws. And make sure you keep your freaking pants on, homie. We got KP up in the building. Yes, sir. You know the deal. We got Charles Darwin as well from down under. My man, always appreciate you. Oh, yeah. More slores. You know what I mean?
Oh, shit.
We got Joseph up in here saying, good morning, Mr. Ball, Lucy, Breakfast Crew, BNC, and can't forget the haters. Stop the cap. She appreciate you up there. My snow Mexican up there in Canada. Always appreciate them. Let's see. Naomi says it's topless nap time sometime this morning too. I will go without the tacos. Nah, you got to have the tacos. It's mandatory. It's Mando. We got Papa Penguin, my man. Good morning to you, kind sir. Good to see you as well. We're about to get into the craziness. Let's go ahead and get into our first story here. This is in regards to President Trump and Putin. So we're going to go ahead and get a little bit of what's happening here.
6:12 here on the East Coast. Welcome back to Life Now from Fox. Right now, we want to transition to your top political headlines following the very latest of the Trump presidency. It takes us out to the nation's capital, giving you a live look there.
Brother Obi Joe, my man. Good morning, kind sir.
Outside of the White House, this as Russia has stepped up its attacks on Ukraine. This as President Donald Trump is lashing out at Russian President Vladimir Putin.
That's a wild headline. Wild breaking news. President Trump says Russian President Putin has gone crazy.
Oh, shit. Emotional damage.
Shit.
He says the Russian leader has gone, in his words, absolutely crazy. Right now, we want to check in with Fox News correspondent Doug Luzader.
Get him, Trump.
He has the very latest this morning from Washington.
Oh, man, Tiffany, that sucks. Hopefully you feel better.
President Trump is not hiding his anger toward Vladimir Putin, but the question now is whether this heated rhetoric will lead to U.S. action. President Trump honoring the U.S. fallen on Memorial Day. But through the weekend, reports
That's right, Carney, my man. Always appreciate you.
of new brutal Russian attacks
banned.
on Ukraine grabbed his attention.
I don't know what the hell happened to Putin.
In his most direct language to date, Trump went out.
Yes, I did see that as well. The Ukrainians did try to whack and get Putin, unalived, right? Yeah, that was definitely going to happen. It did happen. They did try, but they failed.
Oh, shit.
After Putin.
They used drones. I think they got his helicopter. They droned his helicopter, something like that. It was kind of wild.
Putin on social media as well, warning that if the war doesn't stop, it will lead to the downfall of Russia.
Always gotten along with him,
That call out on Africa was the shit. Shit.
but he's sending rockets into cities and killing people, and I don't like it at all, okay? We're in the middle of talking, and he's
What's up? We got Pitbull, my man over there in England, man. Always appreciate you hanging out with us.
shooting rockets into Kiev and other cities. I don't like it at all.
I think that what we're seeing now from the president
Brother Hardwire, my man. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Topless Taco Tuesday to everybody. Hit that like button, yo. I very much appreciate it. We're doing a nice little halt. Might as well take time to let you guys know to hit that freaking like button.
is real frustration, and this frustration may signal the beginning of the end of his patience.
A Kremlin spokesman speaking to Reuters accused critics of what he called
Look at that damage, yo. Holy shit. It's going down in the hood. It's all going to be like this here in a sec. But we got Brother Beezer as well, my man, down there in South Florida. Always appreciate you, man.
Emotional overload as the White House considers new options.
The key to dealing with Russia, I would argue, is leverage. And we have some leverage, economic leverage and military leverage.
And some in Congress are pressing for Trump to lean harder on Russia.
Putin doesn't understand strongly worded.
Real quick, before we get the rest of this, and I hate that this shit pops up like this. I wish I knew. I know there's a way to turn that off just for being able to see this. But I don't know how to do it. But anyways, real quick, man, we got to get over here. We got Pitbull sending in a freaking membership, man. I very much appreciate that, by the way. Thank you for the contribution to the freaking channel, man. And I'm guessing Damien got the freaking membership. That's awesome. Damien's a homie of ours. 500 plus drones and they missed. Oh my God.
Oh shit, oh shit. Emotional damage.
I wonder, they probably do have emotional damage after spending that much money. Imagine how much money that costs. 500 plus drones and they missed. Woo. Bummer. Feels ultra bad for them. Wonder if Trump's saying that bit about Putin needing to go means there is some sort of coup possible. Oh, a coup. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I was fucking not reading correctly here. That's what happens when you're illiterate as fuck, just the way of the road. But hey, we struggle on through. The struggle bus is real.
Tweets. He understands action.
And the president said he would absolutely consider new sanctions on Russia as ceasefire efforts.
No new sanctions, yo. Don't do sanctions. Don't do that. Don't do that. Let's stay out of this shit. For real. Stay out of it. We don't need to place no sanctions on nobody. Let's just keep out of it.
Made little progress. In Washington, Doug Lusader, Fox News.
Fox News. I hate when they do it like that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do the very first update regarding to the Liverpool parade attack and why, well, they're labeling it not a terroristic attempt. So we're going to go ahead and bring that up right here, right now. This is the first update that we're getting that is breaking. And then I have a second one for you guys that they just did.
As we are learning, British police are holding a 53-year-old man this Tuesday over a collision.
The dude's 53 years old.
That turned a joyous soccer celebration in Liverpool to tragedy.
Yo, we got Rabbit of Chaos. Good morning to you as well.
Also sent more than 24 people to hospitals, 4 of them in very serious condition this morning. Merseyside police saying they are not treating the incident as terrorism and are not looking for any other suspects. The force has not identified the arrested driver. Police in Britain usually do not name suspects until they are charged. Detectives working around the clock this morning to piece together how a minivan plowed into crowds packing a narrow street.
And I know that they haven't said it yet and how many people got unalive from this whole thing. But in the second update, we will have the update. And as of right now, it's 50 people. 50 fucking people, yo. That's so gnarly.
Just after the players of Liverpool Football Club have celebrated the Premier League Championship with an open-topped bus parade.
Close.
A lot to dissect this morning. About an hour before we opened this broadcast this Tuesday, we heard the latest from officials out in Liverpool. I want to play those remarks for you now.
As far as you heard? Damn, that's crazy. Just drunk driving.
Hi, Eleanor from PA. Nice to see you. You're right. Are we all right to double put ITN?
Yeah, of course.
Just saying the same.
No, it's fine.
As you guys can see down here, it says Liverpool parade attack not being treated as terrorism. And because the original thought of some like this is, of course, it's going to be an act of terrorism. But I wonder why they're not treating it as an act of terrorism. Like, how is it not? So that's up to him now to tell us why it would not be terroristic. Like, oh, we found drugs and alcohol in his bloodstream. We pulled the whatever.
No problem.
You have to do this live, or would you rather pause it?
Fine with me. I'm in your hands, folks. That's not a problem. So,
Good to ask him then.
Both all right. Yeah.
so talking to you, not.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Just tell me what the news is in the city this morning.
I think obviously right across the city, we're all really shocked, really upset. You know, something that started as a joyous day, not just for Liverpool Football Club, but for the whole city, ending with the incident that we had here on Water Street that was so tragic is awful. So I think everyone's really upset and really shocked. I think equally, all our thoughts and prayers.
I believe this happened, for context. I believe this happened yesterday. I think I saw the original breaking about this yesterday. I may be wrong on that, but I totally believe that happened yesterday.
Going out to everybody caught up in this, particularly those people that are very poorly in hospital.
Or shit, maybe it was Sunday. I don't even know, but I think it was
At this moment in time. But also,
might have been Sunday.
Yeah, we're very much supporting the emergency services for all of their professional hard work, but equally working very, very closely with Merseyside.
Nope. I guess we got to ban cars too. You know, Steve, we got to ban cars, ban trucks, ban anything that can unalive somebody, right? KP, you caught me lacking, homie. Oh man, I feel like a scrub right now. All right. I got called out.
Oh shit!
There we go. Now we're in business, right? Now we're cooking with a full fire. All right, back to the nonsense.
Police on the investigations that they're doing in detail, and I would just sort of ask any members of the public, please don't share anything on social media that's speculative and unhelpful, but any information that people do have, please share it with Merseyside Police so they can do that detailed investigation and we get complete clarity of exactly what happened.
Have you had any updates on how those people who are injured are doing this morning?
Well, look,
like
I'm not
that,
going to be
Barbara.
speculating about individuals. Obviously, we know there are a number of people very poorly receiving sort of special.
It wouldn't even surprise me, Papa, though. You know, like, just like how I would assume the majority of Americans are not sober when they're fucking driving, I would assume that the same thing is happening, especially in Liverpool. I thought everyone is just drunk there. Isn't that like a place where it's just everyone drinks? Just kind of the culture, just everyone drinks.
This hospital treatment, and our thoughts and prayers are with them and their families. But
That's
also,
right. Brother Steve knows the deal. He says, spoons and forks made me fat. See, we can go all the way with this. We can reduce this down and it'd be, this is exactly why you cannot, for instance, like firearms. It's always been a Second Amendment fight. And now, luckily, this didn't happen in America, so we're not even discussing something that happened here in the United States. But still, it's still a tragedy. And of course, we're going to go ahead and present any type of craziness of the world as we do here on the Insane Wheels Network. As always, world news, geopolitics, getting down with our bad selves.
So we want to kind of give all our very best wishes to those NHS staff that are looking after them, and they have to be kind of our priority at this moment in time.
And obviously a huge event for the city and a huge amount of planning went into this. And people are asking, how did that car get...
Really can't hear what they're saying. I'm trying to listen to what they're asking, but we're only getting a good mic on the guy speaking. And good morning to Rebecca up there in Canada as well. Good to see you.
Down this road with all these people here, is there now going to be sort of a review of how this happened?
Well, obviously there were literally months of planning for this event, particularly kind of involving the club and the emergency services. I'm not going to speculate on the details, but obviously it's a police-led investigation. We're working very, very closely with Merseyside Police, and that's why we would appeal to any members of the public with any information. Please share it with Merseyside Police so we can get that exact detail and that exact clarity, and we take things forward from there.
Yeah, I believe so. Yesterday I was watching the news on this, and it's so weird how they do shit over there. They were actually asking the public. They're like, if anybody has any video footage or any knowledge about this, please refrain from posting it on social media and go directly to the police, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you can't ask nobody in America, like as if, like, please don't post it on social media. Motherfucker, if it's some viral shit, people are going to post it. They don't give a fuck. And, I mean, especially here in the United States. But I can only imagine over there as well. I can probably same shit. They just don't have the First Amendment like we do. Not theoretically. They think they have the freedom of speech over there. They think that.
Police told us yesterday that it's a white British man, Liverpool, who's been arrested. That's quite unusual, really, for us to get that detail at that stage. Do you think it's important that police are giving as much detail as they possibly can to prevent sort of misinformation?
I think the police have had to do a really difficult...
What's up, Anson? Good morning to you, kind sir. Hopefully you're enjoying your Topless Taco Tuesday, kind sir. Yes. Sit down with your bad self.
job in very, very difficult circumstances. But I think they've done it really, really professionally, so we fully support the approach that the police have taken in giving the right levels of information that they can at the right time. But equally, that's why not just the City Council, but all of us as citizens have got to support Merseyside Police in their detailed investigations. So that's why I would appeal.
Why are you gay?
Again, any information anybody has, please share it with Merseyside Police. Please don't speculate on social media.
Hey, did you hear what he just said there?
Share it with Merseyside Police. Please don't speculate on social media.
So that's like the second press conference over there that they've said, please don't speculate on social media. Please don't. Like, well, motherfuckers don't have to speculate if you just be honest. That's what happens. I mean, how do you think conspiracy theories happen? It's because of a lack of information. Anytime there's a lack of information between the government and its people, that's where you're going to get speculation. That's where you're going to get people making up stories. Oh, this dude was this dude was that. Well, motherfucker, nobody knows. The only people that know is the government, and they're not saying who the fuck it is. And I actually don't understand, for the best interest of the government, why would they hide that? Like, just if the big thing right now, which I know what the left is arguing, the left is saying this is a white guy. Okay? That's basically what the left is saying right now. This is a white guy, blah, blah, blah. Now, there was, I don't know how it got spread. I don't know how it got, originally, whatever, that this was a Muslim and this was an act of terrorism. That's what was going on. That's why, but see, if the UK, the government, would just be honest and say, okay, here's the picture of the guy. Okay, well then speculation over. You see how that works?
What would you say about this great amount of misinformation that is being spread online? And obviously we've seen Merseyside undergo a lot of trauma recently.
Yo, real quick, while she's asking a question, we can't even hear what the fuck she's saying. We got Dean, my man. Good to see you, by the way. And Fredo, man, always appreciate you guys for hanging out with us in this beautiful morning. And we got Mr. Man. We got all of the legends up in here, man. Feels ultra good.
Olivia Bell. What would you say to people who are from Liverpool in this city about what they're going through at the minute and about that misinformation online?
Well, speculative misinformation is never helpful at the end of the day, and actually kind of doesn't do justice to those people that we want to prioritise. So everyone who's been kind of caught up in this, that particularly those people that are victims in hospital, but also the heroic work of the emergency services. What's most important is any information, please share it directly with Merseyside Police. Do not speculate on social media.
Man, they just keep saying that over and over again. Do not speculate on social media. Don't go on social media. Don't post on social media.
It's not helpful. It's certainly not helpful to the victim.
Certainly not helpful. Well, it's not helpful with you not fucking being transparent with the community. Just fucking show off who it was.
Into their families.
Simple.
And people will just be asking today, how on earth was this allowed to happen? You mentioned, months of planning went into this. What would you say to them?
I think, well, we're certainly not going to speculate around that. It's a live police investigation.
Real quick, Steve Easy says, conspiracy theories are true. The government can stay at hurricanes, and 9/11 can say, well, I see what you're saying. It was George Bush. Listen, you know what's funny about that is the best conspiracy theorists in the entire world are in the government.
Oh shit!
I know I popped some minds right there, but yeah, the best conspiracy theorists on the planet are in our government.
Working very, very closely with Merseyside Police on that to make sure that they get all of the information that they need to do that detailed investigation. And that's why we would ask any members of the public that have any information, please share it directly with Merseyside.
It's funny because I actually liked your picture previous more than this one. It's funny that you look at it opposite. We got Adriano, by the way. Good morning to you. Hopefully you're doing well.
Merseyside Police, so we can get that detailed clarity and we can go forward from there.
Thank you.
Okay.
I've just got one question. I'm just fine you
So we're not going to get any more information out of this. So let's go ahead and give us to where we are currently, what they're updating us with right here, right now kind of thing. So let me go ahead and get this presented for you guys. And boom.
Now to breaking news. We are getting a fresh update
Here it goes.
in England of the tragedy that happened at the Liverpool parade where a car slammed into people. Let's get the fresh update here on Live Now.
Following yesterday's devastating incident on Water Street.
And I think we have this on 1.25 playback speed. Perfect.
In Liverpool city centre. Prior to the incident, hundreds of thousands of people lined the streets of Liverpool and the city centre to pay tribute to Liverpool Football Club as they paraded their Premier League trophy. The atmosphere was electric, but sadly, just after 6 p.m, the joy of the day dissipated quickly after more than 50 people were injured when a car collided with people gathered on Water Street.
Gunpowder Nitro, my man. Good morning.
We had worked extensively with event organisers and key partner agencies in the months ahead of the potential parade, and a robust traffic management plan was in place, which included a number of local authority road closures throughout the route.
Real quick, we got brother Dwayne as well as Christopher Collins, man. Thank you guys for hanging out with us this beautiful morning. I'm catching up with everybody. I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep up. You guys are just awesome being engaged.
And the city centre. This included Water Street, which was closed to traffic. It is believed the driver of the Ford Galaxy car involved in this incident was able to follow an ambulance onto Water Street after the roadblock was temporarily lifted so that the ambulance crew could attend to a member of the public who was having a suspected heart attack.
Oh, wait. Were they saying the driver had a suspected heart attack? Is that what they said? I'm going to back that up a little bit. I got to rehear that.
Street after the roadblock was temporarily lifted so that the ambulance crew could attend to a member of the public who was having a suspected heart attack.
No, a member of the public. Okay.
As with many large events, with event organisers, we plan for all contingencies. And this included...
Oh, thank you, Mr. Mister. I really appreciate you sharing the live, man. I very much appreciate that. You know, the best way of people growing on this platform is word of mouth. Just so everyone knows, word of mouth it goes way further than people even realize. It's still the number one way. Still the number one way. When you go, hey, you can tell your friend like, hey, you got to watch this shit because you want to, blah, blah, blah. Boom. That's the best way to do it.
Did the implementation of road closures to protect pedestrians.
Thank you, Mr. Mister.
And an armed policing presence was also in place throughout the day. There was no intelligence to suggest an incident of this nature would take place. And as we've previously stated, the incident is not being treated as terrorism. An extensive investigation into the precise circumstances of the incident is ongoing. And we continue to ask people not to speculate on the circumstances surrounding the incident and refrain from sharing distressing content online. I have no doubt regarding the impact that this appalling incident has had on those who were injured, their family and friends, and for those who witnessed the incident unfolding in front of them. It is so heartening to hear that the public has also recognized the...
Oh, Steve, you absolutely know. A woman that has to present herself so professionally, so like she can't be a normal lady outside. Like she has to hold that kind of presence always, right? Oh, yeah. Definite freak in the sheets. 100%.
Human impact on our attending officers, staff, and other emergency service colleagues from North West Ambulance Service and Merseyside Fire and Rescue.
I love that picture.
And I want to personally thank the public for their support of first responders who were on scene in a matter of seconds. Following the incident yesterday, I can confirm on behalf of the National Health Service that we are aware of 50 people who were treated at hospital for ongoing treatment. Of those, 11 remain in hospital for ongoing treatment. They are all in a stable condition, and I am pleased to say
Wow, they're all in a stable condition?
that they appear to be recovering well.
What? Every single one of them? 50 of them, I thought 50 of them were unalived, but 50 were hit and injured and now are in stable condition?
I want to take the opportunity to pay tribute to the brave members of the emergency services.
Yeah, 50 people injured in Liverpool parade attack. Okay.
Who were on the scene of yesterday's incident within a matter of seconds. Following such a shocking incident, they immediately ran towards an
Holy shit. No fucking kidding there, Papa.
extremely uncertain and potentially dangerous situation in an effort to protect members of the public and fellow emergency responders from harm. Merseyside Police continues to work with other emergency services, Liverpool City Council, Liverpool City Combined Regional Authority, local hospitals and health providers, and Liverpool Football Club, collectively in response to this incident. An extensive investigation into the precise circumstances of the incident is ongoing, and we continue.
Steve says just give us some time. He'll be able to point the finger at a certain star state.
Continue to ask people not to speculate on the circumstances surrounding the incident and refrain from sharing distressing content online. Information, including video footage, can be passed via the Merseyside Police Major Incident Police Portal, and all details are...
This was a car crash, but they still haven't said why this is not being acted like an act of terrorism. What proof do you have? Like, I still have yet to hear the man was drunk. The man was high on drugs. It was a vehicle. It was a car. And I believe it wasn't a truck. It was a car. I don't think they even have trucks barely over there in Europe. They look at trucks, they're like, man, you guys are fucking idiots. You guys over there in America with your trucks. But hey, whatever.
Are available on our website. Anyone with information or footage should contact Merseyside Police social media desk via X at MerPolCC or on Facebook, Merseyside Police Contact Centre, or call 101.
Well, yeah, Rebecca. I mean, this dude ran over 50 people. I guess the guy was 54 years old? And we don't know what he looks like yet. And we still don't know why he ran over 50 people.
Alternatively, contact the independent charity Crime Stoppers anonymously on 0800 555 111 or via their website. I'm now going to hand over to Detective Chief Superintendent Karen Jondrell, who will update on the investigation.
Okay, here comes the update on the investigation. Cool. Now tell us why it fucking happened.
My thoughts are with all those injured in this...
Oh my God. This is your... Oh, Jesus Christ.
Incident, their families and friends and everyone who has been affected. Like us, many of you...
It's automatically going to be covered up. She's going to be talking? Oh, come on.
Terms with what was a harrowing end to a day of celebration. I want to reassure the public of Merseyside that detectives are making significant progress as we seek to establish the full circumstances that led to this awful incident and bring the person responsible to justice. We have arrested a 53-year-old man from West Derby on suspicion of attempted murder, dangerous driving offences, and driving whilst unfit to drugs. He remains in custody where he is being interviewed. We have a total of 65 confirmed casualties, many of whom required hospital treatment.
65. So it went from 50 people to 65? Hold on.
We have a total of 65 confirmed casualties.
Confirmed casualties? When you say confirmed casualties, that means deaths.
Many of whom required hospital treatment.
Many of whom required hospital treatment. So you mean they were critically injured, and some people didn't have to go all the way to the hospital.
Our officers and family liaison officers are providing special support to a large number of these victims. Further work is ongoing to identify other people affected, and we will continue to support these individuals in the days and weeks to come. Due to the number of victims in this case, we have received assistance from our neighbouring forces, for which we are extremely grateful. Our detectives are speaking to any witnesses, including those injured, witnesses at the scene, and emergency responders, as we seek to get a full picture of exactly what happened.
What's up, David, by the way? Happy Topless Taco Tuesday.
In addition, extensive CCTV inquiries are being carried out across the city. to establish the movements of the car, a Ford Galaxy.
Yeah, that's what we low-key call you guys up there in Canada. You know what I
Before the
mean?
incident took place. We have already had an incredible response from many of those who were there last night. I thank them for their cooperation and support with our investigation, and I would encourage anyone who has not yet contacted the police who may have information on this incident to do so. Thank you. Thank you.
So great. We got nothing from any of this.
All right, the brief update there once again. So more than 50 people injured in this parade attack. They do have the suspect arrested there, and the investigation continues.
Okay, if you got a motherfucker arrested and you know who did it, why haven't you shown the face of the dude yet? Is it because you know it's going to start a political war? Is that why you're hiding it? It just might be. Now, no one knows for sure what the race of this dude is or anything like that, but that is what people are getting at. Okay? There's the left saying this is a white guy, and then you've got the right saying that this is a Muslim and this was an act of terrorism. Well, if they came out and had the title, this is not to be treated like an act of terrorism. Okay, well, explain why. And when you don't explain why, from the government's standpoint, when you don't explain why to the people, this is how conspiracy theories start. This is how it works. It's a lack of information and transparency between the government and its people. And these guys are not all about freedom of speech at all with their own people, let alone them coming out and saying the truth, and then that sparking probably, if I had to imagine, a political war. We got Michael over there on Facebook, man. Good to see you. Hopefully you're enjoying yourself and enjoying your Topless Taco Tuesday, hanging out with us on the Insane Wheels Network.
On that wild and horrible scene that played out yesterday when it was just supposed to be a very happy event there for Liverpool and the soccer club. So
Really? Okay, you just taught me something. Papa Penguin says casualty equals injured and unalived. So it could be both. Not a descriptor of severity. Interesting. Thank you for the clarification there, sir.
We will take a 2-minute break. I'm live now from Fox.
Hell no, we ain't taking no 2-minute break. So what we're gonna do is now we're gonna move on into the next crazy news that we've got going on here. We've got a handful of these crazy news stories. So we have 13 hours ago, I saw this posted while we were sleeping overnight, basically. 2 escaped New Orleans jail inmates still at large after 3 more brought back into custody today. So let's go ahead and figure this out real quick.
All right, welcome back in here to Live Now from Fox. I'm Andy Mack. After more than a week on the run, we're learning more.
Yo, Dark Soul, my man, good morning. Hopefully you're enjoying your morning so far.
Informations about the New Orleans jailbreak as they've apprehended 3 individuals today, meaning there are only 2 out of the 10 initial inmates that escaped from that Orleans jail facility just over a week ago. I want to put this up here on Live Now from Fox from the Attorney General there in Louisiana, Liz Morrell, saying captured inmate Lenton Van.
Be safe out there as well, brother KP. We'll see you on the flip side, my man.
Buren now back in custody. He was picked up in Baton Rouge. Very proud of our DOJ Fugitive Apprehension Unit work with the partners there. Van Buren was originally incarcerated on charges of...
Hey, he's speaking like me over there.
Parole violation
Fumbling
as
my
well
word.
as others. And I also want to put up this from the Louisiana State Police saying 3 of the...
So these are the ones that have been captured. There's 2 still at large, right?
Remaining fugitives taken into custody. Lenton Van Buren arrested in Baton Rouge. Leo Tate and Jermaine Donald were arrested in Walker County, Texas by the Texas Department of Public Safety. So some big information that we're just gathering here on Live Now from Fox about this.
No one knows, by the way, A2Z. No one knows. They have not come out and been transparent with anybody. They've haven't said shit about the whole thing. They just said how many people were hurt and hospitalized, and that's it. They didn't give any descriptor on the person, but they did say they have them in custody, but they're just not being transparent and telling who it is yet. They're just not doing it.
This jailbreak, and we've been following it very closely here on Live Now from Fox for some time. I just want to give you some more information about this, as they did capture Len Van Buren, and then we're following the latest with 2 more. So that makes a total of 3 today, and 2 out of the 10 still at large. As of
Well, I just don't understand. It's like, who cares if it's a white guy or who gives a fuck? Just be transparent. That's my whole point. That's my whole point. Is I don't care what it looks like for one side or the other. I don't give a fuck. It's about the truth. Just put out who the fucking guy is. But see, my mind goes, well, why are you hiding these things? Why aren't you just being transparent? Like, what's their benefit for not saying it? You know, and so it makes me start thinking.
Of course, we are following it very closely. Van Buren, the 6th individual apprehended, was charged with second-degree murder in connection with a November 2021 fatal shooting in New Orleans East. He pleaded not guilty in April of 2020.
Well, shit, I'll look that up right now.
This year, Van Buren asked the court to represent himself. A mental competency hearing was scheduled for May the 29th. So, of course, we're also following just the individuals that are now in custody for aiding and abetting some of these individuals in this prison. As we are following it very closely, it continues to go. And this stems back to a jailbreak, as a total of 10 inmates escaped from the Orleans Justice Center after climbing through a hole behind a toilet in the early morning hours of May the 16th. Their disappearance was not noticed for several hours and started a massive, more than a week-long manhunt. 7 people have been arrested so far on suspicion of helping the escapees, including jail maintenance work.
Okay, real quick, to answer the question, wonder what the percentage of Muslims is in England. And I looked it up, and AI says in England, approximately 6.7% of the population identifies as Muslim, according to the 2021 UK census. So here's more details. This equates to roughly 3.8 million Muslims residing in England. So this is England alone. Interesting.
Worker for shutting off water that allowed them to climb through, obviously behind the toilet there. And of course, we are following it very closely. And this was some of the image of these 10 individuals in the initial escape back on May the 16th. We do know now the latest update is that 3 more apprehended today. Still only 2 individuals still remaining at large. Those being Antonio Massey and Derek Groves. The other 8 have been.
What's up, trigger warning, by the way? Good morning to you, by the way.
Apprehended by police. And
Steve
so
Posey,
far.
my man.
So we're following all of this here on Live Now from Fox. Liz
2 at large still.
Providing the update on what we know.
I'm always surprised at how quickly they actually do find these guys. I mean, they really do find them quick.
At the latest, potentially starting tomorrow, we'll have another update. There's been significant criticism of the jail system and allowing this to happen, and the lack of awareness of the video coming out.
That's right. We got Carney in the Facebook side saying, make sure you guys smash that like button, man. You guys don't have to like all the craziness in the world, but you guys can like it for me and my takes. You know, very much appreciate that. So let's go ahead and move on over into Israel. This is a quick update. It's a 3.5 minute update, so nothing too big of a deal. Let's go ahead and bring this up. Bam.
I'm Jeanne Francine here with you on this Tuesday morning. It's May 27th. And as we come on the broadcast, we do want to begin with your very latest headlines. It takes us out to the Middle East. Take a good look at your screen as we are getting a live look about 2 minutes shy from the top of the 6 o'clock hour here on the East Coast. There at the Kerem Shalom crossing. This is on the Israel side. We're learning this morning from our content partners over at the Associated Press that a new aid system in Gaza opened its first distribution hubs. This according to a U.S.-backed group that said it began delivering food to Palestinians who face growing hunger. This after Israel's nearly 3-month blockade to pressure Hamas. The Gaza Humanitarian Foundation is taking over the handling of aid despite objections from the United Nations.
Bad timing, we got Jeremy coming in at a very bad time. But hey, good morning and happy Topless Taco Tuesday, my man.
The desperately needed supplies started flowing on a day.
Okay, so what this headline is saying is new aid system in Gaza begins operations in humanitarian crisis. So what they're getting at with the new aid system, okay, just so I'm going to do a little breakdown of what it is. So the aid that we have been sending over, meaning from Israel's standpoint, over into Hamas, there's been, we're talking like an unreal, like 90,000 trucks that have been in and out of Gaza dropping off supplies at like something like 1.3 million tons of metric tons, by the way, of aid. Anyways, it gets stolen by Hamas, their own government, essentially. They're the ones that put them in power. They steal it, and then they keep it and then sell it back to their own people at an extremely high price. It's unreal. Like one cigarette is like $10 in Gaza. Like one cigarette, not one pack, one cigarette. It's so fucking cruel to do to their own people. Anyways, now the new aid system, what they decided to do is Trump and Netanyahu basically sat down like, how are we going to give aid to these guys without Hamas stealing it? Well, this is what they came up with, and I'll explain why there's a problem with this issue. Okay, I'll explain why. So basically what they are doing is they have a safe zone right there in Gaza where there's going to be the IDF, the Israeli Defense Forces, basically their military, guarding an area to give these supplies and food to these families, right? They're not getting the main hub of it. But when these people leave these safe zones with their supplies back home, now it's just going to promote Hamas to jack all their citizens. They're just going to steal from all their own people. It still is not going to help the aspect of stealing. It will help the aspect of you're not stealing the entire load all at once kind of thing, because that's basically what they were doing. So that prevents it. But now it just basically enables them to just go rob their own people now. So anyways, this is what the new aid system, what they're talking about.
That saw Israeli strikes kill at least 52 people in Gaza.
Damn.
The group saying that truckloads of food, it did not say how many, have been delivered to its hubs, and distribution to Palestinians is underway. At this time, it's not yet clear where the hubs are located or how those receiving supplies were chosen. The UN and aid groups have pushed back against this new system, which is backed by Israel and the United States. They assert that Israel is trying to use food as a weapon and say a new system won't be effective. Israel has pushed for an alternative aid delivery plan because
Frederick Frame, my man, good morning.
It says it must stop Hamas from seizing aid. The United Nations has denied that the militant group has diverted large amounts. The foundation beginning operations a day after the resignation of its executive director, Jake Wood, and Americans saying it had become clear the foundation would not be allowed to operate independently. It's not yet clear who is.
Be safe out there, brother Steve, and enjoy your, physical therapy. Trust me, you just got to do it. Just do it, man. Glad that you're doing it.
Funding the group, which said it had appointed an interim leader. The organization is made up of former humanitarian, government, and military officials. It is said its distribution points will be guarded by private security firms, that the aid would reach 1 million Palestinians, around half of Gaza's population, by the end of the week.
And Brother Slim, my man.
Now, under pressure from allies this morning.
Happy Topless Taco Tuesday to everybody. And make sure you guys hit that like button. You guys don't have to like the craziness around the world, but you can like it for me and my takes. Very much appreciate that. And it's free.
Israel began allowing a trickle of humanitarian aid into Gaza last week. This after blocking all food, medicine, fuel, or other goods from entering since early March. And of course, right here on Live Now from Fox, you heard the latest from the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu as it relates to that allowance of humanitarian aid. Aid groups have warned of famine and say the aid that has come in is nowhere near enough to meet mounting needs. So again, you're getting a live look on this Tuesday morning, now 6:01 on the East Coast at the Kerem Shalom crossing from the Israel side. This as a new aid system in Gaza does begin operations amid that ongoing humanitarian crisis.
Because there's nowhere to take them, unfortunately, Beezer. I mean, yeah, there's nowhere to disperse them into. Unfortunately, there's nowhere to put them. And that is one of the issues.
Crisis. As we've been watching this feed, we've actually seen the aid trucks entering and leaving. Right now, not much action, but of course, throughout the morning, we'll make sure to
Moto Bomb.
Pop this feed up in boxes so you can get a live look. As you can imagine, this is a developing story, so make sure you are staying tuned to Live Now from Fox for the very latest.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and stop that right there. Now we're going to go ahead and get into one of our last stories for the morning. Ladies and gentlemen, this will be not too long. It's not too long of an ordeal. It's about 4 minutes. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, speaks with Polish Deputy Prime Minister.
Here in the United States as well. So I want to also and finally thank you for your great support of U.S. troops. Of 8,000 stationed rotationally and some permanently in Poland. I had a chance to talk to our troops there, and they could not be more grateful for the reception and the support that they receive, which is ongoing, not just financially, but in sort of the political and populist support for American troops. That partnership is as strong today as it's ever been. And so from the leadership of the United States, from President Trump, from the Defense Department, thank you for that support. Our close partnership. We're as close now as we've ever been, and we look forward to getting closer. And we welcome you here to the Pentagon. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Secretary.
We're over there in the Pentagon.
I'm very glad to be here.
It's a lot of American flags.
Washington, D.C. today, and to continue our productive dialogue.
And a Polish flag,
we have reached
obviously, but just saying, it's a lot of flags.
A pivotal moment. In the history of enduring alliance between Poland and the United States, strong Polish-American relations are reflected in many recent meetings on various political and military levels. In today's rapidly changing world, security challenges have become more serious, complex, and interconnected than ever before. That's why we fully support President Donald Trump's administration's efforts to achieve a just and lasting peace in Ukraine. We are sure, and our broad defense cooperation is the best proof that the United States of America remains the guarantor of global stability and development.
Brother Chase, my man, good to see you, by the way. And yes, Mister, that's why I'm kind of quiet during this segment, because I really do want to hear what is being said here.
I'm also certain that it was necessary to send Europe a strong message, a strong signal for burden sharing within NATO, recognizing that Europe must take greater responsibility for its own defense.
And so loud, my man down there in the boondocks of North Carolina, shit.
Poland is proud to set an example. We are a NATO leader in defense spending, reaching nearly 5% of GDP. We have invested a lot in the American-made weapon systems by signing 128 contracts for over $60 billion. We recognize a significant development potential and mutual benefit arising from further development towards supporting Polish-American joint venture initiatives and service capabilities such as maintenance, repair, and overhaul. We are grateful for the U.S. military presence in Poland.
Put on the closed captions for you guys.
The deployment of troops and the most advanced weapon systems, because it's a real contribution to strengthening our territory and our borders. This vital commitment provides Polish society with a strong sense of security and serves as an effective deterrent. Mr. Secretary, I'm confident that we share the same value and the same goals. Together, we want to leverage our partnership on the next level and continue strengthening our enduring economic and military ties. Based on common experience, we see the importance of further cooperation not only in the areas of security, but also in the fields of development, research, and the new technologies. An example of which will be the participation of Polish astronaut Sławomir Znański in the American space mission. The great statesman Abraham Lincoln said, "The dogmas of quiet paths are inadequate to the storm we present."
Given a Abraham Lincoln quote.
I'm confident that together with the United States of America, we can overcome every challenge and confront every threat. Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Thank you, America.
Very well said.
That's
Thank
pretty
you very
dope.
much.
I
Appreciate your time.
Yeah, hey, that was pretty dope actually. And yeah, that's very interesting what Papa Penguin said. He said, "Go figure, only the Poles," when meaning the Polish, are close to meeting their NATO financial obligations or fiscal obligations. Yes, sir, that's very true. Very, very true. By the way, just want to give a huge W to everyone in here. Naomi let us know that there's 38 likes and 30 in the chat. That gets a win, man. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and send you guys off to a raid. Let's go ahead and see who's live right now that we can go ahead and do a Mike Ball raid onto. Let's see if Black Dragon is still live. He is still live, but let's go ahead and make sure that he's not closing his show right this second, because I like to be able to send it over to him if I can. But let's go ahead and see if he's still fucking live. Hopefully. Oh, he is. Yeah, he's doing his thing. Let's go ahead and send you guys on over there. All right. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back tomorrow morning for more of the freaking world's madness. As always, Monday through Friday for world news, geopolitics over here on the Insane Wheels Network. Always appreciate you guys. With that being said, much love, honor, and respect to everybody. Hopefully you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you guys tomorrow morning for the rest of the craziness. And with that being said, God bless. Much love.
From the depths of darkness, a voice emerges, a host with a fire burning.